Hi everyone, and welcome back to Cooking in Pink Boots. Don't you just love chocolate? I do, especially when it's rich, creamy, and sweet. But let me tell you what I love even more, and that's having all that without all the guilt that comes with it. And this recipe is here to take us to that happy place with this chocolate, oh so moist and delicious, low-fat cake. Its slightly fudgy-like texture puts it somewhere between a brownie and a cake. It's so amazing, you just gotta give it a try. So come on. For our cake mix, we'll need 1.5 cups of all-purpose flour, 1 cup of sugar, a fourth of a cup of unsweetened cocoa powder, 1 teaspoon of baking soda, 5 tablespoons of extra virgin olive oil, 2 teaspoons of white vinegar, a half teaspoon of salt, 2 teaspoons of vanilla extract, 1 cup of freshly brewed coffee. Now, I'm using 100% Colombian, but use what you got. Just be sure it's completely cold. Now, here's what I do when I'm really pressed for time. I measure my 1 cup of coffee, and then I add a few ice cubes to it till it reaches a cool temperature. Then simply remove the ice cubes and pour out some of the extra coffee till it measures 1 cup again. And lastly, a half a cup of semi-sweet chocolate chips. Now I'm starting with preheating my oven to 350 degrees and preparing a 9-inch round baking pan by lightly spraying it with some nonstick spray, which you don't necessarily have to spray the bottom if you have some parchment paper. As seen here on the video, it makes a big difference when removing your cake. Okay, now let's get started with the cake batter. In a large bowl, let's add in all our dry ingredients, starting with our all-purpose flour measured at 1.5 cups. Then 1 cup of sugar, a fourth of a cup of unsweetened cocoa powder, 1 teaspoon of baking soda, a half teaspoon of salt. Then giving all those ingredients a quick stir, trying to get that cocoa powder well incorporated. Now, we're going to move on to our wet ingredients, adding them directly into the same bowl, starting with our completely cold 1 cup of coffee. Then our 5 tablespoons of extra virgin olive oil. Now, I prefer to use the extra light, but this works great too. Moving on with our 2 teaspoons of vanilla extract, then our 2 teaspoons of white vinegar. Now mix that all up till just combined, taking about 30 seconds tops. Do not overmix. Now, going from my whisk to spatula, just scraping down all the sides, then time to fold in our chocolate chips. And here I have about a half a cup. Now just fold them gently into your mix. Do not stir. Overmixing could cause your cake to be very dense and rubbery, and that's definitely not what we want here. So once your chocolate chips are in, just pour the batter right into your cake pan, tapping it on the counter a couple of times just to even it out and get out any air bubbles. Then bake for 27 to 30 minutes in your preheated 350 degree oven. All right, and now that our cake is baking, we have just enough time for 2 things. First thing, if you would kindly take this time to like and subscribe to my channel if you have not yet already. I would really appreciate the support, and I wouldn't want you to miss out on any future fantastic recipes either. Thank you so much. And secondly, we have time for frosting. Now, because I'm trying to keep this as low in fat without making it low in flavor, we're going to be using some butter, but only 2.5 tablespoons of softened butter. And to it, I'm going to add 1.25 cup of powdered sugar, 1 tablespoon of unsweetened cocoa powder, and again, mix getting that cocoa powder well combined. Then adding 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract and up to 3 tablespoons of milk, stirring in 1 tablespoon at a time till you reach your desired consistency of your frosting. And you want to keep your frosting refrigerated till ready to spread on your cake. And also keep in mind your frosting will become a little more firm when chilled. All right, let's check on that cake. Now after 28 minutes, I had stuck a toothpick into my cake, first time coming out chocolatey, appearing to be uncooked. But because I know my oven, I flipped the toothpick around, giving it a few more pokes, and sure enough, it all came out clean. meaning I struck a chocolate chip the first poke. So don't overdraw your cake and make sure you're not poking into a chocolate chip. All right, now that I got my cake to cool for about 30 minutes on the countertop and another 30 minutes in the fridge, well, it's time. Oh, yes, finally time to just spread that creamy, sweet, and smooth frosting over that sinless, chocolatey goodness and indulge like never before because you can and you will. And when you do, enjoy. All right, now I'm going to give this a taste. Oh, look at that. Oh my God, look how soft that is. Let's try this out. Mmm. Mmm. Mm-hmm. You can just feel it melting, the chocolate chips melting in your mouth, the coffee. And the coffee had really pushed out all what that chocolate had to offer. Oh my gosh. Oh geez, guys, this is so good. And if you don't believe me, ask her. She'll tell you. Thanks again for watching. And please don't forget to like and subscribe for more upcoming food adventures with me, Charlene, from right here in my kitchen, where every day I'm cooking in papers. With her, of course. Bye.
Bye.